Welcome to Hat Tips with Hornskov. Today's topic is hat handling and storing. Though this may seem trivial to many of you, there are actually a few misconceptions here that might end up messing up your hat. Don't grab your hat by the crown. This is something I see all the time, and I even do this myself. And if you want your hat to get that sort of worn-in look, do this by all means. On the other hand, if you want to keep your hat in pristine condition for as long as possible, avoid grabbing your hat by the crown. Over time, this will change the shape of the hat. You can get very resilient stains from dust and sweat building up and merging with the felt, and eventually, that pinching and the acidity from the sweat of your fingers will end up tearing a hole in the hat. And that really doesn't matter whether it's a felt hat or a straw hat. The strongest part of a hat is the break between the crown and the brim, so this is the ideal place to grab your hat. And whenever you take off your hat, you want to check that the brim and the crown is in its original shape. Especially if you've been out in the rain and the hat is wet or even just damp. Make sure that everything looks right. If your brim is curved like this and you wear it with the brim snapped down in front, make sure that you snap it up before leaving it on a flat surface. If you have a rolled brim edge like this or something similar that is shaped down in front, leave the front hanging over the edge of the table. Do not store your hats upside down. This is a common misconception. You will end up with flat spots on the top of your crown and a droopy brim. Hat brims are always flat right after the break, so leaving a hat with a brim that is curved like this on a flat surface will not damage the brim. On the contrary, it will keep that part of the brim flat to avoid getting a droopy brim. If you have a hat rack or a hat shelf, this is ideal for all types of hats, as most, if not all hats, are flat along the center line. Hats that are not in use should ideally be stored upside down in a hat box like this. Do not store your hats on top of each other, as this will leave marks on the felt and mess up the hat band. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you found it useful. I'll be back next week with another hat tip.